Skill 15, Parallel Lines and Triangles. Using the triangle angle sum theorem, we're going to find the values of x, y, and z in the diagram. Okay, so when we're looking at this, we see that this triangle ABC has D splitting it up, and then we have x degrees, y degrees, and z degrees. So that's what we're looking for. So the triangle angle sum theorem tells us if we add up all of the angles in a triangle, so if we add the 59 degrees, the 43 degrees, and the x degrees, then it gives us 180 degrees. So that's where I'm going to start to find x. So that's going to be 43 plus 59 plus x equals 180 degrees. So 43 plus 59 is 102 plus x equals 180. Subtract the 102 over, giving me the measure of angle x, or just x, equals 78. So that's the first one. Now I want to find my y. So what I'm going to actually look at on this one is right here. How I have x degrees and y degrees, and that is forming a linear pair right here. We have this linear pair. And we know by our linear pair postulate that if we add those two together, we get 180. So x plus y equals 180 degrees. So I already know x, so I'm going to put 78 in, plus y equals 180. So I subtract the 78 over, and that would give me 102. So y equals 102. And for the last angle measure, we can kind of do it one of two ways. But since we're looking for z, if we look at the big triangle ABC and add up all of those angles together, then that should equal 180 degrees. So we have the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 180. With measure of angle C is z. And then we put in what we know. We know that the measure of angle B is the 43 and the 49 put together. So I'm going to put those together, 43 plus 49. And then A is 59. So 59 plus 43 plus 49 plus z equals 180. So now when I simplify that, I would get 59 plus 43 and 49 is 92 plus z equals 180. And if I simplify, 151 plus z equals 180. Subtract, z equals 29. So that would be your final answer. Example 2, we're going to use the triangle exterior angle theorem. Okay, so find the measure of angle 1. So the exterior angle theorem tells us that if we have an exterior angle of a triangle, then it is going to be equal to the remote interior angles added together. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the measure of angle 1 to equal the two remote interior angles, which is 80 and 18 added together. 80 plus 18 is 98. So the measure of angle 1 is 98 degrees. The next one, we have to find the measure of angle 2. This one, we're looking for one of the remote interior angles, but we're going to use the same formula. So the exterior angle is going to equal the sum of the interior angles. So that's going to give me 124 equals 59 plus the measure of angle 2. Okay, so I'm going to subtract the 59 over, giving me the measure of angle 2 equals 65 degrees. Final answer. And for my last example, we're going to use the triangle exterior angle theorem again, but this time we know that two angles of a triangle measure 53 degrees. What is the measure of the exterior angle of each vertex of the triangle? So we draw ourselves a triangle ABC, and we're going to say that two of the angles are 53 degrees. So we're going to have to first find this angle right here, because we don't know what that angle is. We need to find that angle. And then what we need to do is we need to find the remote, or the exterior angle. So we need to find angle X here, and then we need to find angle Y here, and then we need to extend one of them out here and find our Z here. So those are the steps that we need to do. So I'm going to first find my B, angle B right there. So when finding the measure of angle B, I'm going to just add all of the interior angles. So I have 53 plus 53 plus the measure of angle B, which is what I'm looking for, equals 180, because the sum of all interior angles is 180. So 53 and 53 is 106, plus the measure of angle B equals 180, so the measure of angle B equals 74 degrees. Okay, so I know that, so I'm going to put that in there so that I know what I'm looking at. The next thing I'm going to find is X. So when I'm looking for X, my remote interior angles are 74 and 53. So the measure of angle X is going to equal 74 plus 53, giving me the measure of angle X equal to 127 degrees. Alright, the next one, we need to do a similar thing to find Y. The remote interior angles of Y are the B and the C right there. So 74 and 53. So the measure of angle Y equals 74 plus 53. You should notice that it is the same. So it's going to be 127. Again, measure of angle Y. And finally, the last one is Z. So we're going to find measure of angle Z by adding the remote interior angles 53 and 53. 53 plus 53 equals 106. So the measure of angle Z is equal to 106 degrees. So that's it for your notes over Skill 15, Parallel Lines and Triangles. Summarize your notes, do your practice problems, and then you might be ready for your quiz over this material.